Welcome back to my favorite video that I do. This is the video where I actually show what I invested into last month. Then we go through an entirely new list of cards and products I'm trying to invest into this month. So that way we are all actually investing and collecting together. I'm never going to sit and tell you to buy this and buy this without actually trying to buy it myself, because it's super easy to just pump all those buy now videos if you don't actually have to put your money where your mouth is and buy the actual cards. And we are going to do a giveaway today, one for a subscriber and one for a member. I'll show you guys the cards here in a second. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed. You got to hit that notification bell. You got to hit that like, and then you have to answer the question of the day. So for today's question, what Pokemon card do you guys think is just super, super underrated? And I do have to announce the winner from last Sunday's giveaway, and that is at Emilio Sarnago. So just shoot me an email or hit me up on Instagram. I'll get those cards sent out to you. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is BCW. These guys are absolute goats in the hobby, and they've been around forever. They're basically the best when it comes to protecting, storing, and displaying your cards and collectibles. They got stuff for comics, cards, gaming, memorabilia, coins and currency, music, photos. And when it comes to cards, they have over 237 different items, super good zip-up binders, anything you could even possibly imagine to store or keep your cards organized. They literally got you covered. And you're going to see today, they sent me some stuff that is just amazing. And then also, if you click my link in the description, use the code PokeBeard, you'll get 10% off your entire order. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. Then, of course, if you're going to grade through PSA for your very first time, you can click my link in the description, use code BEARD25, and you'll get $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. And I highly recommend grading yourself instead of letting people like GameStop handle your cards. And then also, if you're watching this Sunday morning when this drops, I will be vending in Kansas City at Trading Card Con. So if you guys are in the area, definitely check it out. I am bringing every single life-size Pokemon statue that I have. And also Beard Dad and Coop are going to be there. So it's going to be an epic time. But all right, let's check out those giveaway cards and let's see what I picked up last month. All right, let's start off with the giveaway cards. Like I said, one for a subscriber, one for a member. So this is for the subscriber. We got the Donald Trump Gumshoes illustration rare. We got the Larvitar. And we have a Shadowless Near Mint Pidgeotto. This is a non-holo rare. If you guys did not know, Pidgeotto used to have some aura back in the day. And here is for the member. We got a Palafin, we got a Bibarrel, and another Shadowless Pidgeotto. All right, let's get into the cards that I picked up. So I got another Metal Mew EX. Love these metal cards. I got another Pokemon Center Noctowl. I think it was like 25 bucks. Got a regular Eevee promo. We got the Bulbasaur Mega Evolution box topper. We got the Ends Reshiram Journey Together box topper. And I got two more Snorlax promos. I got these when I was vending. I already have a ton of these, so I'm not trying to buy a ton more because I got them when they're like $1 each. But still, even at like 15 bucks, they're pretty undervalued. Next, we got some Thundurus promos. This is just a regular ETB. Literally $1.50 a card. Can't go wrong there. And I'll actually throw in a Thundurus for each giveaway. So one for a subscriber and one for a member. And then we got some Chinese exclusives. We got the Larry Special Illustration Rare. This was like 30 bucks. The Cerulege, I think I got this for like $10. The Chandelure, this is like 7 bucks. We got the Sprigatito, this was $25. We got the Fuecoco, this was $17. And we got the Quaxley, this one was $16. And the Umbreon, so I got a few more of the Gem Pack Volume 2 boxes in. And one of the boxes was kind of beat up, so I'm like, we'll open it. And Mrs. Beard pulled me the Umbreon. Super, super excited about that. But I think it's worth like $140-ish. Not bad out of a $50 box. And we got the Leafeon. This was $40. We got the Sylveon. This was $45. And the Meowth I got like on a partial trade thing. Equaled out to cost me like 15 bucks. But I think it's like a $30 card. And I also got a PSA 10 Chinese exclusive Eevee. Very nice. I got this for $85. And we got the Sprigatito. I got this for $75. I think last sales are closer to $100, but cannot go wrong there. Then I also got a Raikou V PSA 10 and a Suicune V PSA 10. So I already have a few of the Suicune Vs and PSA 10s, but I don't actually have the trio all graded, so I need the Entei still. But this is for the trio because I got 3 Suicune Vs and a 10. Well, now 4. And then I'll have the trio. So that's what I picked up for cards, but I did get a lot of sealed products. So just give me a quick second here. Of course, I got my Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center ETBs. I was able to get 4 of them. And if you guys are wondering how you get 4, I just have Mrs. Beard order 2 and then I order 2. And sometimes that doesn't work and you can't order it to your exact house. You just got to, have it shipped somewhere else, like your mom's house or brother's house or whatever it is. But yeah, I got 4 of them. Can't go wrong with that. And here is the 4th box. And we will actually be talking about this box specifically in today's video because I am obsessed and I feel like people are going to be sleeping on this box hardcore. All right, so next I got another Celebrations ETB. I really didn't need it because I have quite a few, but it was super, super minty. I figured why not? And it was a kind of like a partial trade thing to where he got some cards, I got the box, which I did some quick math and it equaled out to be like $175 that I ended up paying in cards. So for that price, I'll take it all day long. Next, of course, I got another Mega Charizard X UPC. I am up to 12 of these bad boys now, including my sealed case. And I got that for $135. And now it's going up to about $160. And I also got 2 more Team Rockets Moltres UPCs. Ended up paying like $175 each for these, which is a little high. But since it is a GameStop exclusive, I'm not too worried. Like right now it's going for $220, so I got it for a great deal. But at the time I bought it, that was basically at the top of the market. But I now have 6 of these. So that's super cool. And like I said, this is literally my favorite UPC. I just love this box so much. It's so clean. Now I got a couple other products here. I did also get a couple more unknowns. Let me know down below if you guys know what letters these are. I love these. I'll actually be bringing these to a lot of my card shelves, and I might even have some for sale too if I got extras and stuff. So that is super cool. And these aren't that expensive. They're like $100 or $120. Not bad for a custom life-size statue. And then BCW sent me some heat. Check out this bag that I just got. This is literally a vendor's or collector's dream. There's just so many different slots where you can hold like ETBs or whatever you need. It is absolutely perfect. So definitely check that out. And I absolutely love this color. The Joker is one of my favorite super villains, and I love the purple and green. And then they also sent me a couple very, very nice zip-up binders. If you guys did not know, BCW has some very high-quality binders. And honestly, they are super, super affordable, and they're definitely one of my all-time favorite binders. I got another one here. Pretty cool color. But all right, that was everything that I picked up this month. I did also order a life-size Pikachu and a life-size Houndoom, which should be here in the next couple weeks. So that's going to be super, super insane. And when I get the Houndoom, I'm going to do a Throwback Thursday where we look up the best Houndoom cards. So that'll be super fun. But all right, let's check out the new list of cards and products I'm trying to invest into this month. All right, starting off with the Oricorio EX promo. This is from the Mega Charizard X UPC, which is already going back up in price. We already have sales at like 160-ish. And honestly, we do not have very many SIR promos. If you really think about it, we got the Kingdra, Greninja, the Mew EX. Like there is not a ton of them at all. So anytime we get one of them, I'm all in, especially when it's done by Shinji Kanda. And at $9, that's a no-brainer. Definitely getting some of those. Next, we have the Pokemon Day Pikachu. So you guys did not know, they started this a couple years ago. I think the first one that they brought back was the Ceruledge Pokemon Day card. And then they also have the Eevee one. Honestly, for a few bucks, not too bad at all. We're talking Pikachu and Eevee. And it's got the cool Pokemon Day stamp, which we only get one of those a year. So I think they're pretty cool. They used to do these back in the day, and a lot of those cards are very expensive. And this is the box it comes in. And honestly, I like the box. It comes with a nice coin, good looking promo, and it actually comes with a few packs. So not too bad. And this is coming down right now. This is at 152. Holy. And then got down to about 34, kind of leveling right now, right around $29. But if you guys can find this box in store, I would definitely pick it up. I'm going to try to get a couple cases of it at least. I like these smaller little collection boxes too. They don't take up as much space. And honestly, same thing with the Eevee Prismatic 2-pack. I have a few of these, but I mean, they're technically going up in price right now. They were 30 3 months ago. Now they're 34. And if you check Prismatic ETBs, they're going up. The Pokemon Center ETBs are also going up. So I do think this is going to be another very, very solid pickup. And like I said, same thing for the actual Eevee promo. This one's got a really nice reverse holo on there. Beautiful card. And that's a $5 card. Next, we got Pokemon Center ETB promos. You guys know I'm just going to keep buying them whenever I can. I mean, a lot of them are getting pretty cheap. Noctowl is $30. Sundurus is $19. Tornadus is $18. I mean, the same price as Petrant, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. And then the new Zekrom is $42. I'm definitely going to be watching this. I feel like this is another one that could kind of go crazy up to like $60, $70, $80. So I'd love to get a few of those for sure. I don't have any of them yet. Magneton, market price $46. Not terrible. Eevee, you got to think Eevee was a $120 promo. Now it's $64. So I'm just going to keep buying them whenever I can. Next, we have some Prism Star cards. So I already have this whole set completed, but I want to complete it one more time. I love to have doubles and stuff. And honestly, you can get every single Prism Star card on TCG Player for roughly around $120 to maybe like $140, which is not bad. I mean, there's a decent amount of them. They look really cool in a binder. And I love buying stuff like this that a lot of other people do not collect, because you never know what's going to pop off or what they're going to bring back. They could definitely bring back Prism Stars one day, and some of these cards could triple in price. And there is honestly some really cool arts. I mean, check this Ditto out. I mean, the Giratina is sick. Jirachi's beautiful. Arceus, so really popular Pokemon too. So I'm a big fan, and they're dirt cheap. Literally like $1 or $2 a card. I think Giratina is one of the most expensive at $14. And this used to be, a $5, $6 card. Next, we have more Chinese exclusives. I'm just going to keep buying these whenever I see them. I mean, Fuecoco is literally $19. It's just so cheap. And I do collect every single illustration rare and special illustration rare for English. And I really feel like this just puts the collection over the top. Getting every single, exclusive illustration rare and special illustration rare, because they're beautiful arts. The only difference is the language. Even the backs are the same for Chinese. So honestly, I'm going to be collecting them, and I'm going to try to get as many doubles and triples as I can, because they're so affordable too. There's only 5 or 6 of them that are actually pretty expensive. Of course, the 151 Pikachu cards are all very expensive, and I'm kind of waiting on some of those, but still a lot of them are dirt cheap. And we also have the Sylveon, of course. I just put up a couple random of the Chinese exclusive, but this is a $49 card. This used to be like $80, $90. You cannot go wrong with an evolution and an exclusive. And another thing that I love about the Chinese exclusives is it's so new. Of course, that means it's a little risky. They could technically reprint it, but I don't think they're going to do that. I've heard people say they wouldn't waste, this good of an art, but they also have Pokemon Pocket, which has thousands of beautiful arts that we'll probably never get in cards. So I don't think they have any shortages on arts. They could make 10,000 different Sylveon cards if they really, really wanted to. And I like that it's so new to where it's actually doable. We can actually get every one. If you want to collect every single Chinese exclusive right now, there's like 25 cards. It's basically like collecting one whole set. And of course, they got, the 4 151 cards, which are very expensive. But still, it's not bad. And we can get caught up right now, because what's cool is they only release like 1 or 2, exclusives per set. The most we've gotten, I think, is 5. So once you get caught up, it's super easy. Like the newest set just has a Ponyta. Beautiful Ponyta, but just one card. Super easy to stay caught up. And in my opinion, there's a very good chance that a lot of these cards take off in the future. Everybody always says it does not matter about the language. It only matters about the art. I've heard that 10 million times in this hobby. So there's no reason why a lot of these cards should not go crazy. Next, we got some Black Bolt and White Flare illustration rares. I think these are some of the coolest arts in the entire set. We got the Cobalion, Virizion, and Terrakion. And to be honest, I'm a big fan of these Pokemon. I know they're not the most popular legendary Pokemon, but I think they're super cool, and I love when I can get a complete trio like this, all of the same type of card, illustration rares. And honestly, these are going to be some of the lowest pop cards in all of modern Pokemon. There's only 103 of the Cobalion and 224 nines, so there's just not a ton graded, and they're going to be tough to grade. You got to think, too, there's so many cards in Black Bolt and White Flare that it's actually very, very tough to pull a specific card. So there's definitely way less of these illustration rares than, a set for like Journey Together. Last sale for the Cobalion is literally $102. So I'm going to buy all 3 of them in 10s. Like I said, I think it's a nice little trio. You could display it. Plus, like I said, I think they're some of the more popular Pokemon in the set, some of the better arts, and they're very tough to grade. All right, jump into some steel products. We have the Pokemon Center Ascended Heroes ETB. As you guys seen, I already got 4, but I would love to get more. I genuinely feel like this is probably the best set that we've got in the entire Scarlet and Violet era and Mega Evolution era. I think it's better than Destined Rivals. I think it's better than Prismatic Evolutions. I think it's a top tier set. I love how they have Mega SIRs, but they also have regular SIRs. I mean, we got a Team Rocket's Mewtwo. We got a regular Pikachu. I mean, it's a super crazy set. I do think there might be a couple other sets that maybe have a slightly better illustration rare lineup than Ascended Heroes, but all around, I think Ascended Heroes is crazy. So the Pokemon Center ETB was selling for $377, which is nuts. Now last sold $250, $235, $240. But if we go to 130 point, which gets sales from eBay and it shows the actual sale listings, we got a Pokemon Center ETB listed at $186, sold for $138. Another one here that sold for $145. We got 2 that sold for $390. Another one here for $202. Another one listed at 202, sold for 150. You got to think, there's a ton of these on eBay right now. I feel like a lot of people are scared to send people offers. But you got to think, this guy paid $60 for this ETB. And if there's 50 of them all listed at $200, you know, he'll drop it $50 or $30 or $20, whatever it is, just to get the sale right away, you know, and pocket that $100 in profit. Because, you know, he probably got another one and, you know, a few other things too. We got another sale down here at 140, 148, 140, 145. So if you guys want to pick one of these up, definitely shoot someone an offer on eBay. And honestly, $150 for this Pokemon Center ETB is not a bad price. The Pokemon Center ETB is basically the only product that I'm somewhat okay with buying pretty new and over MSRP, just because if they do get a restock, it's completely random. No one really knows about it, and it lasts, you know, a couple minutes. And like I said, Ascended Heroes is amazing. Next, we have the Legendary Warriors Premium Collection. I feel like this is one of the most slept on Premium Collection boxes out there right now. Comes with 14 Sword and Shield packs. Good sets too. I mean, Brilliant Star, Silver Tempest, it's not like it's, you know, Darkness Ablaze and Sword and Shield. And it is going up in price right now. It was at $133 for the longest time, and now it's up to $143. So still not bad, but I have a feeling this is going to be $200 very, very soon. The only thing that sucks is they are very, very big. But still, I like them. Next, the Silver Tempest ETB. I have a good amount of these, but I am definitely willing to pick up a few more if, you know, people bring them to me when I'm vending and if they're super minty or anything like that. But this was $86 3 months ago. Now it's $110. And I've been saying this, a ton of these Sword and Shield ETBs are just going to slowly climb. I've seen it so many times to where, you know, it's $100. You're like, oh, I'll buy it later. And then it's $120. You're like, oh, I'll buy it later. And then it's $150 and $180 and then $200 and $300. And you just never get it again. So for $100 for a very good Sword and Shield set that's now pretty old. Next, we have the First Partner Illustration Collection. So this comes out March 30th. If you guys did not know, it's going to be a super cool box. 2 packs with a third pack, which is going to have these beautiful promos in here. They connect. I mean, there's so many little Easter eggs in here. Like, I don't think you guys can even understand how excited I am for this actual product. And I want cases of these. There's going to be 3 different series to where we get every single starter. And like I said, I want a ton of these. I already like this product more than everything from the 25th anniversary, which is kind of crazy. The 25th anniversary did some cool things. I mean, they took the original base set Pikachu, they turned that into an illustration rare before we were really getting illustration rares. And then, you know, the Gold Star Umbreon and Gold Star Greninja. Then, of course, reprint of Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, but we've gotten that before. I don't mind reprints, but I also love getting the original art. So I am super, super excited for this product. And like I said, I'm getting as many as I can. It's like $70 on TCG Player. I definitely would not pay that price at all. Don't ever buy anything from TCG Player for the pre-sale item. It's just so expensive. You can find it cheaper on eBay. But once it actually comes out, you know, I'm going to work my butt off to get a bunch of these. And the last 2 couple things is some vintage. I am trying to complete this set all again. So I have this completed, but they're all in really, really rough condition because I've actually had them since I was a kid. But these are the first appearance Topps cards, and they are getting very expensive. And I feel like they can get even more expensive. So of course, the Lugia is going to be the big boy. I mean, if you even want it in decent condition, you're talking $3-4 grand. But they do have cheaper ones. You know, they got the Ladybug here that sold for $200. That looks, you know, somewhat decent. They got the Blossom and stuff. But I just think these are some of the most unique cards. And to be honest, most people do not even know about these. Jar Chomp actually just made a video where he was trying to sell the Lugia at a card show. And almost no vendor knew about this Lugia card, which I just thought was crazy if you're a Pokemon vendor. But they are very unique special cards. But now I want to collect them again. But this time, like nicer condition. I'm talking like PSA 7 and up, which is going to be very expensive, especially for the Lugia. But right now, mine would probably all grade like 4 or 5s, which for these cards is not bad at all. Then last on the list, if you guys did not know, I actually have the complete set of the Hasbro Pokemon Power Bouncer lot, but I'd say about 25% of them, I could definitely get them cleaner, you know, a little crease here and there, and, you know, they kind of curve. It bugs me. I want to hang them all up on my wall, but the ones that curve, it just looks like crap. So I'm going to be replacing them and actually getting this set 100% complete in mint condition. I believe there's 33 of these total. And in my opinion, I think this is one of the coolest toys we ever got as a kid. I feel like anybody who was there back in the day remembers these. They remember trying to, you know, get the actual Pokemon out of the ball. I still have one of mine where I literally took a butter knife and I just sat there and dug at it and dug at it and dug at it and tried to get this Dragonite out. And I was never able to get the Dragonite out. But one of my all-time favorite vintage toys. And I love how you can actually complete the collection. But all right, that was everything that I'm trying to pick up this month. If you guys like this content, you guys want to stay ahead of the market and collect with me, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, Facebook, YouTube membership, all that. You guys know what to do. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Falling Friday, which has a ton of Ascended Heroes on there, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.